So once again, welcome everyone to our business presentation. Today is 16th of May 2017, nearly June, crazy. My name is Annette Martinson and I'm in a business for more than 3 years already. I joined the company when it was beautiful pictures and idea. However, I believed in the vision and I decided to kind of get in a passive way. So I just supported company financially, but I was not really entirely sure whether I want to be involved 100%. So I just I was following the company for quite a few some time, and only last August I had this dilemma in my life when I was sitting in a corporate company where I used to organize a big C-level executive conferences for defense industry, and so I was sitting in office and I was not any more passionate. I was not passionate about the job I was doing. So I was just sitting there and thinking like, what else I can do? And the SkyWay obviously was in my back of my mind. And on the 1st of August last year, I made my decision, which was one of the best decisions in my life, to join this project on a full time. So today I apply or give my skills or using my skills and adding value to the company from the sales, business management, marketing aspects. So I'm trying to build the brand and awareness in the UK and obviously internationally. So I believe, you who are here today, it's not just from the UK. Oh, I have someone from Perth, Australia. Oh, wow. You guys know you never sleep, yeah? Business never stops. Welcome. And shocked me. Going back. So since last August, I have helped Mila and Armand, who are also my business partners here in the UK, to take this business to the next level. But obviously, more people we have in the UK or internationally, more further we can go and build the value for the business. And you will see, what we have done so far during my presentation. And hopefully, for those who are here first time, you will be impressed. And if you haven't signed up yet, then hopefully by the end of the presentation, you will make up your mind. So why are we here today? Why it's so important, or at least it's so important for me why I'm here? Because I see the value. I see the value how I can bring it to myself, to my kids, or to next generations, to the whole planet, to everyone around me. Because you live in Australia, David or someone else. Sorry. You say? Yeah, David. So whether you live in Australia, whether you live in London or China, India, America, I believe that all these countries have some common things, common challenges that we are trying to, not we are trying, but the government is trying to solve at some point. We are very crucial. We are put on situations where the air is not at the normal with the not normal toxical level. There should be some limits, but it is over the limit. Same about the water pollution. I always thought that to eat fish is the best kind of meat product that I can eat, but apparently not. Then we have road accidents, traffics, and the injuries that people on a every day people are kind of put on a danger to have any injuries or even death. How many times we have been involved in situations where you just have no space on a platforms when you're waiting for the transport, or overcrowded buses, and numerous of cancellations and delays and road works. And we can just mention, I guess, some more challenges that each country is facing. But the problem is that we are still paying a high fare, which I don't think is fair to anyone, because the service that we are receiving is not to the the level that we are paying our for our journey. For example, where I live, to travel to London and come back, I have to spend a day £12, which I think is quite a lot of money, considering that sometimes 25 minutes journey, I have to stand up and sometimes be squeezed in the train. So there are numerous of things that we can point out, and the government has kind of has been talking more and more. Maybe you can share with me how it's in your country at the end of the presentation, or whatever. But like, I live in London, and it's ridiculous. I prefer to stay at home because it's more safer. However, I've been reading a lot of articles where the government is spending a lot of money, like millions every year, to trying to improve the transport. And the transport that has been implemented 200, 300 years ago. The underground, or the monorails, or the cars or the planes. But they are all, it's like old infrastructure. You cannot put something, like, keep pumping in the money in the structure that doesn't work, and trying to kind of make with the nicer colors, to buying new trains. But if the fundamentals is not changed, that nothing is going to happen. And they keep trying to build new trains and build new roads, but all we get is just like a metal on the ground. And we have less and less space for even to park the car, or anything else. I think it's not fair to the planet and to people who live in the planet. David says, haven't been in public transport for years, but I would use SkyWay transport. I have said the same, and I believe I will come back later. You will understand why what we're doing here and the solution that we have can solve some of the problems, or at least improve what we have. So going to the next slide. So who we are here today. SkyWay Invest Group is the platform that has been created by a person called Andrei Havrato. He is the CEO and very good, very well-known businessman in his area. He's been involved in different traditional and not traditional businesses. He also created an Academy of Private Investor, and the reason being is because during his life educational cycle, or how I'm saying, like during his life, he'd been learning a lot, and not by the system that has been told in the school, but his way. And he's trying to give back to society, to people who want to change their lives. So SkyWay Invest Group first is like an educational investment portal where we're educating people about the importance of financial and investment education. So we want to show, the other aspects and different ways how you can make money work for you, not working for money, trading your time for money. And Andrei Havrato, when he opened his university, he got very good, kind of reviews, and success was very, very high. However, because the person speaks only in Russian language, unfortunately, there was a limited, group of people that he could approach and teach them to what he learned during his life. And SkyWay Invest Group opened doors to his dream to approach any person all around the world, because he's creating new leaders within the SkyWay Invest Group, and with their help, we are approaching lots of people. And the SkyWay Invest Group is also at the same time a trademark of Rail Skyway Systems, and I will tell you why. Because there is another person first that I want you to be familiar with. It's Mr. Anatoly Eduardovich Yunitsky. He is the person behind the whole idea, and the person, I guess, why we are here today. So he is designer for the Yunitsky Train Technology Skyway. He's been working for this project for more than 40 years. Or close to 40 years, and what he saw 40 years ago didn't see anyone else. He had a vision of the challenges and the problems that we're gonna face. But that time he was a young man with like a futuristic idea. No one believed him. Everyone said like, can you stop talking this nonsense and find another job, a proper job where you can get the money. But you know what? He didn't give up. He had his vision and he went for it. And I can tell you, this dream is no more a dream or future. Is already happening today. It's real. It's like it's already tangible. And Mr. Unitsky has been involved in different how to say different projects, and therefore he received numerous of awards and certifications, and some of them, or two of those, are grants in the of the UN for development. So he is a very known engineer, technical person. Some people call him Elon Musk in Belarus, like a Belarusian Elon Musk, because he's a genius. I'm telling you, he is a genius. And at the same time, he's very open and heart, like open person with big heart. I haven't met him yet personally, unfortunately, but I still have a time, and I will come back again later, where you would have an opportunity to meet him. To get more information about this person, you can go on his personal blog or the website. Here you can see www.unitsky.com, and you can read his biography. There are numerous of articles and news from back of 1959, if I'm mistaken, or around those dates, when he started this journey. So he has put all the kind of updates on what achievement he has achieved, or success that he's his success as well. And his technology has different patents. There are more than 100 patents I think that he owns. All those numbers are also on his website that you can check on a patent scope, that they are real there. All right. The problem, or the challenge that he faced, was he got the idea, amazing idea, but to make this idea real, what we need the money, we need funds. So he needed to decide which way or which route to market he will take. He was approached a couple of years ago by hedge funds and banks, but probably, as most of you know, if you go to bank and ask them the money, they want money back and double it, or with some percentage. Same for him. They were about to give him the money, but there's a big percentage back. He said, like, I'm not even having a profit yet. How I'm going to be paying you back? And he was like, nah, then I would need to use people money to pay back to banks. He said, no, that's not the way I want to go for. There were big investors that also approached him. And how do you think what the investors want? No one's going to give you the big amount of money not having a control package in his company. So all they wanted was, 60-70% of his company. So can you imagine, you're working for this project for X amount of years, and suddenly, you have to give it away just because you need to, the money. So he said, like, you know what, I can wait until I find the right way to get this necessary amount of money. And he waited. Thanks God he did waited because Mr. Andrei Havrato, he was doing the research, what else in his life he can do, where he can add a value to with his knowledge and the skills that he has. And he came across the Mr. Unitsky and obviously this beautiful project. He spoke to him and obviously found out his challenges. And you know what? Andrei Havrato said to him, don't go to banks, don't go to investors, make this project as a people project. And he asked him, do you know what is the crowdfunding? Mr. Unitsky didn't know, so they had to go through, quite a lot of conversation. But 3 years ago, on the 4th of September 2014, the partnership was signed between the SkyWay Invest Group company and the Eurasian Rail SkyWay Systems Ltd. And they signed the agreement for the 20 years, so 17 years still to go, to become a financial arm for his technology. So we are raising the money here today, approaching any persons all around the world, and allowing them to to get into something that no one else have given to any people before. And I will come back again later to what we have done so far. So here's a little video for those who are here for the first time. It shows you a little kind of insight of what I'm actually trying to talk about here today. I hope you enjoyed it. When I joined the company, I didn't have even this. I had some few pictures, and yeah, I don't think I have even a brochure. I think it was just a website in a Russian language, and we were trying to go through it and understand what it's all about. But if you ask what is there so unique about the SkyWay? Okay, let me talk through it. We have SkyWay Unibike. SkyWay Unibike is our baby project out of 4. So we have 4 types of technologies, and this is the first one. First one, which was designed for tourist attractions and also for entertainment. So this particular transport we could potentially put in parks, where instead of walking around and making rounds all the time, why don't we see the view and enjoy the view from let's say 3 to 6 meters above the ground? I believe there could be a whole new picture about your park that is next to your doors, maybe. And then this particular transport can be designed for I think from 2 to 8 people, and the speed can go up to 120 kilometers an hour. It also has like a pedaling on the front seat, so one can be like a DJ because there is some music in, and the other one can be like your driver. And yeah, so it's very good project as to show the government or anyone else that the transport can be put on a rail technology. And this particular transport, Unibike, was put on rails last year in November, and it has been going through different tests and updates, so it can be tested and certified by 1st of July. Then we have a SkyWay Unibus, and I have put the star there as well because this is the most popular transport today. Unibus is designed for short distances up to 200 kilometers, so whether within the city or connecting the cities that are very close to each other. And the speed can go up to 150 kilometers an hour. It can be mounted and suspended depending on the project and the environment where we are trying to build this transport. Unibus, same as Unibike, is powered by electricity, so it's not using any fuel at all, which makes obviously if the transport is built in the city, less polluted air for the people who live, for example, in the central of the city. Also, this train can be built, can be adjusted from, let's say, 8 people to, I think, around approximately 60 people. So any project that we go in, and we would be calculating, let's say, population in the city, and how busy is the cities, when is the rush hours and when it's not. We will be, for example, be able to put bigger trains, and with the distance of with the kind of say every train can go with 5 minutes distance, or 5 seconds. It depends of the project. Then we have SkyWay Cargo. Cargo is more for corporate business, for the countries or companies that are trading their goods. So let's say, for example, in Africa, they are not trading their goods within the country because they don't have a transport that can take the goods from south of Africa to north of Africa. Instead, they've been trading with China. All right. So this transport is very good opportunity for companies that are using third-party logistics services, and they're paying a lot of money for someone else. So instead that they can buy their own cargo, or build the whole truck, which I think on a long term will pay back big times. So the transport can go with the distance up to 10,000 kilometers, and speed can go up to 500 kilometers an hour as well. And then the most profitable one is obviously the SkyWay high-speed train, which is designed for long distances as well, for 10,000 kilometers. So we can connect not just cities and regions, but also the countries and the continent in the future. And the speed can go up to 500 kilometers an hour. I think this is amazing way how we can move around the world, or even between the country. I live in London. I've never been up in Scotland because, first of all, it's very, very expensive, and it takes so much time to go there, or use the plane. But again, like to go up and down with a plane, and I just don't like flying. And if we're taking, for example, Scotland to London, I know that there is 725 kilometer distance. With this train, instead of traveling for 5-6 hours, we would be able to manage the journey within the 1.5 hour time. And just to summarize, so we have 4 technologies for 4 different case scenarios, as I say. If someone doesn't want to build the transport in the city, let's connect the cities. If they don't need to connect the cities, let's offer this for for country to trade their goods with different country. If they don't want anything of that, let's attract the tourists and let's build the unibike. What is the best thing or advantages for all 4 technologies is that we can be built anywhere, in any terrain. We can be built in mountain areas, jungles, in the water like lakes or rivers, also desert. It can be built anywhere, where comparing to existing transport, they need a flat ground, which is amazing, I guess, way to not to damage the environment as well, because as you can see, the transport is built above the ground. So instead of digging those X amount of kilometers and damaging the environment with the existing transport, we can just put the pillars or leg supporters, whoever calls them, and it acquires only 3 by 3 meters land. And the distance between the pillars can be from a couple of meters to kilometers. So it's an environment-friendly transport as well. Because we are not digging so many roads, and we don't have to cure such a big land to build, let's say, 100 kilometers, we are also therefore cheaper. If you don't know, then existing transport today costs approximately, I don't know, maybe 40 million per kilometer, but actually it's even more expensive. So 40 to 50 million per kilometer, it's a lot of money. Our transport average cost 5 million per kilometer. So you can see the difference. When the government, when we're approaching the government, or government approach us, the first thing we are showing is this cost. We can save more than 50% for them to build it. Plus, obviously, we think about who's going to be using the train, so they will be paying so much less for their journey. Scotland to London, let's say £100, instead we will paying £10. How amazing that would be, right? And as I mentioned before, cargo on, Unibike and Urban Skyway, they are powered by the electricity. The cargo skyway and high-speed train is with a hybrid technology. They use the fuel, and again, depending on the country, whatever fuel they want to use, they use it just to push the train to a certain speed, and then it changes to electricity again. So for the air, it's very. I think it's better. Maybe it's not ideally, but it's better definitely to what we have today. And in the future, even the urban transport can be powered by the solar panels. Again, then it's very eco-friendlier, as eco-friendly it can be. All right, so these are the 4 amazing transports that we have today. And quick pictures with the past and today. So digital pictures and the reality for the unibike for 2 people. Pictures and the reality for the bus, on the top line, and then on the bottom line we have the station and the safeguard, as we call it. So we haven't built any walls around the Ecotechno Park, but we need to protect it somehow. So they have created this high voltage kind of invisible wall. It warns already from the far. There are different signs not to get close to it. But the reason why we have gone for this, because many years ago, 2001, Mr. Unity has been trying, he tries to build the prototype for this technology. But unfortunately it was destroyed. So avoid that situation, he has created this wall for the animals. I've been asked, how animals, how safe is that for animals. This voltage is making some sound, so the animals are scared away and they are not getting close to it, so they are safe as well. And if that was the past and today, so this is the today and the future. So as I said, we have put a unibike on rails since last November, and a couple of weeks ago we put the unibus as well. So this unibus is designed for 14 people. It's going through first test. Now we are upgrading and improving it, but the first test was completed very, very successfully, and the speed was reached 40 kilometers an hour. So it's still some time to go, because the maximum speed that we need to reach is 150 kilometers per hour. So fingers crossed everything is going to go well and smoothly. And on the 1st of July, when people from all around the world will be able to attend the EcoFest, I will show you later what does it mean. You will be able to see your own eyes this technology, making the selfies and pictures and everything. So no one can tell you that this is the digital, very digital, good made picture. And here quickly I wanted to go through the competitor analysis. So many people tell me, oh, there is a magnetic levitation train, or there is a Hyperloop, as I mentioned already, the Elon Musk. Let's compare it, simple. So the speed, safety, cost per kilometer, eco-friendliness, and where we can build it. Speed, yeah, maybe we don't promise and we don't have a speed. Maybe we will improve it, but the average speed for us is up to 500 kilometers an hour comparing to Hyperloop 1,300. To be honest, I'm happy already with the 500 kilometers. 1,003 kilometers sounds very, very, very fast, but let's see what they can do. About the safety, we have very, very high safety. Hyperloop moderate, Skytron high safety, so it's kind of fine. It's not low. It's okay. As I mentioned, the cost per kilometer. Whether we are looking at the traditional transport, 40 to 50 million per kilometer, or we are looking at the Hyperloop magnetic levitation, which is over 100 million, or our train or the Skytron, which is approximately, from 3 to 8 or 6 million per kilometer. And here I can say straight away, we have spoken to so many governments and they have said, I love your product, I love your project, but they don't have a budget, to build new trains or whatever, even though they have to or they need it. So if they cannot spend 5 million per kilometer, can we talk about the Hyperloop or magnetic levitation train, it would cost even more, like a fortune for them to build even this 10-kilometer road, right? If we talk about eco-friendliness, well done to all of us. We have ticked the boxes in there. But yeah, where we can be built, as you can see, flat ground needed for all of them. And the Skytron is only for the ground within the cities where we can be built anywhere. Plus, here they have only one type of transport. We have 4 different types of transport. I think that's also one of the biggest advantages that we have. All right. So everything that you've seen here today is done through crowdfunding platform. For those who don't know, it's a platform that allows startup or venture project to put the idea on a paper and go on the platforms. And instead of going to big investors, as I said before, and who ask a big percentage or portion of the company, then go to people around you. Look for people who are looking for opportunities and give them the chance to, support you. Whether it's a $5 or $100 or thousands of millions, but at least, first of all, you're giving back to people as well. You're giving opportunities to people, and also, you can receive. So Ecotechno Park is our baby project, but the main project where we are raising funds today. And the investment needed is $200 million in order to complete the test section. Test section is needed where for the reason being that we need to build a transport. No one is going to go and buy a plane or the car before it's put together and tested. Same about our trains. People say like, oh, but can I see any trains all around? And I'm saying, well, we need to go we need to receive the first, we need to firstly receive the technical documentation that it's certified, it's safe to use for public, and then we can go and build it. People won't put their signatures on the papers and the contracts and say, yeah, I want to go and build it tomorrow. They can be interested. They can, sign MOUs with us and everything, which is the step forward. Amazing. The things already have happened with our project. But even, there are countries that are highly interested. They're still not going to go and build it because they need this proof that it's safe. So this Ecotechno Park was given in the Belarus, and it's 36-hectare land where you can see here, so on a far right is a high-speed train, then is a unibike, and the cargo is on the far left. So the unibike and unibus in the middle, they are ready. They're just going through the testing and improvement. Cargo, which is on the left hand side, is halfway through. So it's going to be done, half of this is going to be done by 1st of July as well. And the high-speed train will start building by the end of the year. And actually, the government have given us another 22 extra kilometers because we would not be able to reach the maximum speed with the amount of hectares that they gave us. So they needed to give us extra, and gladly they have did it. Point your times. All right. So here, guys, as you can see, so there's a high-speed unibus, unibike, and cargo. And actually here we have created also the lake. You see the water. So we're going to put some fish inside as well, just to show that this land is not dead as the government thought it is, as they were using many years ago for armies to test the equipment. We have planted trees, the grass, tomatoes, flowers, and this year so many people will be able to plant the trees as well. So we make it as green as possible to show them that we are not damaging the environment. Today, everything that you've seen so far is done by people support. So we have more than 300,000 people supporting the project today, and out of $200 million, we have raised $27 million already. And with $27 million, we have built this test, which I think is very amazing. Here is a local location on a Google Earth. So you can type Ecotechno Park Marina Gorka, Minsk, Belarus, and you will be able to see this land, even with the station if you zoom in, which was amazing for myself when I found out this opportunity to see this. Some people ask me, is there is any security that we can check, or is the company registered somewhere? Obviously, we are. We are registered in the BVI, British Virgin Islands. We are registered here in the UK. The company also has the International Security Identification Number, which you can see on isin.org. You need to register, make an account, and then you can put this number in. And you can check that the Rail Skyway, Eurasian Rail Skyway Systems Holding Group is the registered there, because that's the company, the holding company that is issuing the certification for people who support us today financially. As it says here, this code is popular and needed for companies and funds that have investors or seeking to raise capital. So I, for example, supported financially and I wanted some proof. So I have received the certification with this, the company, and I can double check here if it's real. It's real. The company is being divided on 15 development stages. Any plan, any business that you try to build, you need to have your business plan. So we have it, and we have it for 15 stages. When I joined the company, it was in 2014, so the stage 1. It was very, very, very risky business, risky or very high risk involvement in the project, because no one knew where we're going to go, how we're going to do it, and where we will be in the next 3 to 5 years time. However, there are several people I know and people around that we believed it, and we brought this, for example, business to UK, and some people to Italy, Australia, America, everywhere else, which is amazing, because I see how company have been growing, from the moment I stepped in to the stage 9 where we are today. And every stage that we complete, we have raised X amount of money, and several things that needs to be done before we move into next stages. So far we haven't missed many stages, only once by 2 weeks. So today we are today we have almost zero risk, and this is the most important stage for us today, because we are going through the demonstration and certification. 1st of July is the big day that all of us are waiting, and it's going to be very exciting, and I think it's going to be a game-changing situation for all of us. Well done for the improvement. And so within the next 2 to 3 years, we hope that everything will be completed. But to be honest, because once it's going to be completed and we can go on IPO, and IPO is our exit plan, which means that the company goes on public and on stock exchange. But maybe it's going to happen in London, but nothing is completed yet, confirmed yet, sorry. And so far we have gone through stages by stages by stages, but it might happen, it might not. From stage 9, we can jump to stage 11, or you can go to stage 10 and we can jump to stage 12, which means that more closer we get to the IPO, the lower risk it goes. But support financially, I will come back to this matter later in the next slides. You will see that why this particular moment is the moment where you have to make your decision, because SkyWay the Eco Technopark is the main company where all of us, or you can support today. Not when the company goes on, IPO on a stock exchange, and now, for example, we are buying Apple shares or Facebook shares, but people who were investing before the company went on a public, they are the winners today. All right. Some people that I wanted to point out are the countries that I wanted to show you. It's not just me who talks about it, or my colleagues that talks about the project. We have the government representatives that are talking about it and representing companies in different regions. The first person that I wanted to show you or describe was Mr. Rod Hook here in Australia. He was the most skeptical person that I can imagine. He didn't believe in this project at all. So he was flying to Belarus to prove that, this whole thing is not happening. You know what? He was wrong. He changed his mind 180 degree because, well, he met first of all Mr. Unitsky. They went through all the documentation, paperwork, calculation, everything. And he was amazed to what he was seeing. He didn't believe himself to what he was believing, if that makes sense. So he had to fly back to Australia, take his team or several people from I don't know, from several areas, and brought them back to Belarus to just confirm to what he sees, they also see. And today, Australia is one of the biggest supporters for us. And they have the company called Aurican, their biggest engineering company, an MBN company, which is the consultant company. They are three organizations together that wants to bring this technology to Australia. They want to build the transport in Flinders University, where they can connect the university campus, so students don't have to travel and miss their lunch. Apparently, it's a very big distance between one or the other building, and also the Adelaide city. Fingers crossed is going to be the next country, because obviously the next slide is the one that I want to show you, and I'm very amazed. So basically, we have also interest from the Russia, from Ukraine, Ireland, Belarus, Tanzania, Turkey, Slovakia, Philippines. Oh my God, where else? Philippines, Vietnam. There are many countries all around the world that want to, to get to know this project, because once they go through the presentation, then there is no more questions. It's just one thing: they're waiting for the technical documentation. However, India has done a very good job. They are I think, way ahead of other countries today. So last week there was a big exhibition where the SkyWay was attending and representing. They have a massive exhibition stand, and they have signed a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the local urban minister. They want to build the 3 targeted projects in a smart city, and they want to connect 19 cities. So the first project, I believe, as far as we can see from news and updates, is going to be in Dharamshala. And the best thing that happened, or we were updated a couple of days ago, was, if you can see this man here holding our brochure. For those who don't know, he is a Dalai Lama. He is a Tibet spiritual leader, and he actually requested to meet Mr. Anatoly Unitsky to give him his blessing, and also officially approve the forthcoming construction, which is amazing news for all of us, believe it or not. But so many people, they saw the picture and they couldn't believe, and I received so many calls asking like, "My God, this is the good picture, digital picture." But now, guys, this is happening. I don't know what other person could be as exciting as this one. Who can give us the blessing for the transport. So India, there is no way back for them anymore. Everything is just going further, like with big steps. The other good business trip was for Mila. She's our business development director. She went to Ethiopia. We have a leader there who organized for her several meetings. I think she even had 7 meetings in one day. She met Minister of Transport, Mayor of Office of Transport Head, and a local bank CEO for the SkyWay project development. She also was taken into factory where they could possibly, put all the transport pieces together, because as I said, we have Aurican company in Australia. In India, we have a Tennessee engineering company, which means that we are not going to go and build ourselves the transport. We're going to use local engineering companies, local facilities, where we're going to allow people to build their own roads, creating even jobs for local people. And when Mila was attending this Ethiopia region. The factory that they were showing her, they even proposed to help other regions to build transport, because their facilities was so big that they can produce as many parts as they need. Well, we just need to follow up. That happened 2 weeks ago, and yeah, let's see what happens. And then Skyway also been attending different exhibitions, different conferences, and we have received so many. Such a big reviews and so big comments and support from anywhere else around the world, even from Indonesia. We have received big interest, and that they are in negotiation at the moment as well, because apparently we can connect again from point A to point B through the whole country with a high speed train, for example, and that would help local people, or on their daily journeys. So it's happening, guys. I could keep going on and on and on, but the main point I want to say is that it's not just us talking anymore. You can really see the transport has been promoted in different countries, and we're not gonna stop. And you can help us if you want to build and bring this business to the next level. I actually had a call last week, a live conference with Saudi Arabia. They are also very interested. In Egypt, I had a call as well. They are building new city next to Cairo. They haven't discussed yet about the transport, so this is a big opportunity for us to go there and present our transport as well. Same as Dubai, the America, Canada. The opportunities are unlimited, guys. And you might ask, what's in it for you? I just wanted to quickly go through, these very well-known brands, Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft. I wish many years ago someone would come to me. I haven't put the Facebook. Oh my gosh, come to me and ask, Anna, do you want to be involved in this project? Definitely, by knowing where these companies are today, I would say yes. If you don't know, Apple shares are $155 today. Amazon is $969 per share. That's a crazy amount. Alibaba $123 per share. And Alibaba went on public a couple of years ago, or I don't know. Feels like it was last year, but probably it was a couple of years ago, and the price per share is already so high. So the question is, which is going to be the next amazing top 10 brand that will go between all of this? Why not the Skyway? And today you have an opportunity, number one, guys, to be involved in the project, whether just supporting us, without any commitments, just support us, say, yes, I want this project here in my country. Or the other way is financially. Remember the Eco Technopark? That's the main company. If you support this company today, you will win a big time, I believe, because I'm in that main company, and I hope to win big, which means that if you support a project today, any project that will be built all around the world, whether Africa, America, it doesn't matter where, once the company starts receiving the profit, 20% goes back to people who support it financially, so basically back to investors in dividends. And dividends are lifelong dividends that will bring you the passive income. All right. So today there are numerous of opportunities and investment levels that you can decide based on your, like availability, based on what you can afford. I started very little. I'll be honest. I started with $200, but that's because it was a very early stage. Well, if I take 3 years ago, I would probably put more, because now I see where the company is today. But if you're looking at, for example, $250 here, then the pre-IPO equity shares in the package you will receive is 23,750 units or pre-IPO equity shares, which would be equal, if the company, let's say, goes an IPO tomorrow, $23,750. So what does it mean? It means that one share would be equal to $1. All right. However, going back to those brands that I have been researched, or I did a bit more research, I couldn't find any company that would go an IPO and would cost $1. Please, if there's any company, just show me. But I haven't found any. There's a minimum, let's say $2, $5, or even $10 that the company, once the company goes on IPO, that the share was cost. But again, remember, we are not selling phones. We are not selling mouse. We're going to be selling the whole transportation infrastructure. So more contracts we receive, more roads we build, bigger value we can bring up for the company, which means, we don't have to rush to IPO, because then the share price would be very very low. It's better if you bring the value up for the company and then go on IPO and then smash the market. Yeah. So that's the one opportunity. But if you can afford to put down a bit more money, then, for example, let's go $5,000. Yeah. You would receive 700,000 pre-IPO equity shares in your portfolio, which would be equal $700,000. So 250, your portfolio would be nearly 24,000, 5,000, and your portfolio would be $700,000. But again, if the share is only $1, what if it's $10? So just add another zero. All right. But as you can see here, another investment levels that you can decide based on your expenses that you have already. Yeah. And one more thing. Price of a pre-IPO equity share as well. So if you invest less, you buy a bit you buy for 0.01053. If you invest a bit more money, you buy one share with a cheaper price. Yeah. So less you invest, more expensive it is. More you invest, cheaper it is. I hope it's clear. However, let's say you want to go for the package of 10,000 because it gives you nearly 2 million pre-IPO equity shares, but you don't have this 10,000 today. Can you afford 1,000 per month? Can you? If you can, then let's go here. The company is offering the monthly options where you can get the installments for the next installment and pay out your package in the next 10 months. So remember, I said you want to go for 10,000. You cannot afford it, but you can afford 1,000 per month. Perfect. So go for this package, for example, and pay out on a monthly basis. You can pay out quickly if you want, but don't cancel it because it's going to be recalculated, and you will get less shares than you are reserving with this installment. Yeah. If you don't want to go for this package, let's go for $15. I bought for my mom. She's very happy. She will receive at the end 10,000 pre-IPO equity. Ideally for presents, for maybe younger people, older people. But as you can see here, you have nine options that you can go ahead. You can combine. You can buy $15 package. You can buy $100 package, or let's say here 5,000. 50,000 package and pay out in the 10 months. It's up to you. You decide and then go for it. But these monthly options will be available only while we are on stage 9. Remember, development stages. So while we are on 9, you can go for it. When we are on stage 10, there won't be monthly options anymore available. The rumor is going that stage 9 will be completed by 1st of July. So guys, it's your time to decide. And opportunity number two is actually be more involved in the business. So remember, the first, just support us. Second, support us financially. And the third, or here's opportunity 2, and be involved in the business more with the more active role. Like myself, I joined the company starting with opportunity 1, and now I have taken the opportunity 2 because I want to help the business to get where we want the business to be. And we are using word of mouth. We are not employing anyone. However, there are different opportunities how you can earn money today. If you have more questions about this, then you can go back to the person who introduced you today, or find me on internet, and we can go through the business opportunities that we have here today. Before we go, Eco Technopark is another great event that I think all of us who is in a business already or who are still considering whether to be involved in this project or not. Please consider also to attend this EcoFest 2017, which will happen on 1st of July this year in Belarus. Remember, I told you the 1st of July is our the big day for the technical document to receive the technical documentation. So this is the day also when we, like people from all around the world, can attend the Eco Technopark and see the technology up and running at their own eyes, like basically to witness that this is happening. All right. There is also the link that you can maybe write it down. You can fill up the form, and you can see what are the next steps for you to be able to get there. There is also the ticket that you need to buy. Today it costs $15. What I can say, 5,000 tickets was issued, and 4,000 are gone already. So make sure this 1,000 tickets are not going far away too fast, and you are not able to get it for yourself. Someone asked, Brian asked, how much been raised so far? 27 million. Yes, correct, Brian. $27 million. And for those who are here for the first time and haven't got the chance to be to make the registration, and after this presentation you really want to go for it, so here is the promotion code that you need to put in when you do the registration. So go back to the person who introduced here or invited for this business presentation today, asking for the registration link, and don't forget to put in this promotion code, which gives you 2 gifts. How amazing is that? And that's only for supporting us. So one gift is 8 Rules of Private Investor. It's like an educational materials online. And the second one is 50 pre-IPO equity shares completely for free. All right. It's valid till 31st of May, 21:55 British Summer Time. So don't miss it out. And yeah, let's see what's happening, what's going to happen afterwards. I also would suggest to stay updated, even if you still thinking about joining it or not. Please follow us and stay updated and get all the latest news and update on all these 5 social media platforms. So on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We are trying to put as many news as we can and as fast as we can, but also it's a good way where you can communicate with other people that are in the business, and just to see what are their thoughts, or ask for their comments or anything if you have some questions. So thank you. Today with you was Annette, me. So if you have any questions, go back to your person. Again, to the person who introduced you to this business presentation. Otherwise, you can find me on a Skype, and my Skype ID is Anit5 with double I, and I will try to help you out as much as I can. All right, and thank you for your attention. Now, I guess it's a questions and answer time. Whoa, so many straight away. Great. So you've been listening to me. Also, will company issue IPO if 2,000 million crowdfunding is not met? If we haven't got $200 million, means we haven't completed Eco Technopark and the company won't go on IPO. But the prediction for Eco Technopark and this 200 million is by the end of the year. Hello, I'm Elizabeth from Bermuda, and we are having challenge with the issued cards. Yeah, Elizabeth, I know that, and I have put this question forward. I have received information from Armand that let's see, Armand answered to me because this question has been issued many times. Yeah, he says it's in process. Bermuda. He says that Bermuda would be connected, the card payments will be connected by the end of this week, because as I know there is an issue with the cash, and it doesn't accept they charge, yeah, and the charges are very high as well. So Elizabeth, I think it's in a process. Well, that's at least what I have received. Thank you, Nat. Good presentation. Time for bed. Good night, David. Good night. You're welcome, Brian. You're welcome, guys. Do you have any other question? Oh, new. Now through promo code, how many shares are getting through registration? So it's 20 plus 30. So I believe the 20 is for the registration and another 30 is for the promo code. So in total, you get 50 pre-IPO equity shares. All right. And obviously you need to go through the verification. You need to verify your account in order to receive those shares, because there have been very smart people before very some time ago, guys, when they were trying to open another 5 or whatever, how many accounts, just to receive those 50 shares, which obviously is not good. So we need to make sure that every person has one account. It's verified, and obviously you're not a robot as well. All right. Any other questions? If not, then well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope those people who are here for the first time, you're gonna make some actions and help us to change the world. As people say, build the skyway, save the planet. All right, guys. Okay, I see you have no questions. Then thank you very much for your attention. Thank you for taking your time, and see you next Tuesday. As just Brian asked me, are all webinars on Tuesdays only. So Tuesdays we have webinars for new people who never heard about the project, or they just need to get to know what is this all about. And on Wednesdays, time to time, we are having, well, I'm trying to put together like news and updates webinar for people who are already in the business, so you can update your people, because I know that so many people are working, you know, and they basically just don't have time to go through all the article, to read it through, etc. So I'm trying to put the summarize together with the bullet points, the main points, what says in the article, and just make a short 20-30 minutes, normally 25 minutes presentation. So that's time to time as well. And on Thursdays, once Mila is back, because Mila is a lot traveling, so my little help is away. On Thursdays, we will try to put together another webinar where we will be training people that are in the business, how you can, help how you can help yourself, and how can you help your team, to manage your structure, do the presentations and everything. But for that need more and more people, more heads together. All right. Bye, Richard. Bye, David. Sorry. Brian, yeah, if you're on any of those social media platforms that I just showed, then I will pull up the link for tomorrow as well. So tomorrow is going to be the webinar for news and updates. How do we get the replay for this? Thank you, Elizabeth. I have recorded this webinar, so I will put it on YouTube by end of this evening. So you will see it as a new video there under the Global Transnet UK. I want to be on that too. All right, thank you. All right, guys. So once again, do you have any other questions? If not, then I wish you a happy, calm evening for those who are going to sleep, or have a nice day for those who are just starting the day. And then I see you next Tuesday or anywhere else. All right. Thank you, guys, and good night. Bye.